Welcome to Awkwardly Yours. Today I have Amber who's come to join us. Thanks for being here. I feel like fresh from the bath. I love to get in, have a nice bath and then get into my gym jams, get my hair back. Do you like that kind of routine as well?
Yeah, and then just lay there in bed and be like, fresh.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's the most comfy place to, just settle in and relax and talk about awkward things. Mm-hmm. So today I've got your writer, you drink, we've got some marshmallows, got some sour worms, all the important things, isn't it?
Yes. Don't go anywhere without my sour worms.
Exactly. So, so today we're really going to be talking about awkward situations. But you've got something unique about you that you kind of wanted to share with us that I guess is where some of the awkward situations come from. Is that right?
100%. There's several awkward things about me. But, probably the main one that people would find most fascinating would be borderline personality disorder.
All right. So sometimes people get BPD confused with bipolar, right? Yep. But it's not that.
No, completely different treatments, different medications required. Yeah, different people specialise in different disorders as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about borderline personality disorder and what it's about.
So obviously it's personality disorder. It can be treated with dialectical behaviour therapy, which was created by Marsha Linehan. So she actually suffered from borderline personality herself. And I believe she created the therapy when she was on one of her inpatient stays.
Okay.
So it's made up of 4 modules and it works to address the underlying reasons why you do what you do and to help you tread more the middle path instead of the black and white thinking that comes with borderline.
Okay. And so what does it manifest like? How would you even know? How did you find out?
It's so different for everybody. But how I found out was Mum watching me as a teenager. I was really unstable identity or sense of self and, experimenting. I mean, lots of kids do, but I was like, I'll be a goth this week and I'll be a lesbian this week and whatever else,
Yeah.
So, but the responses, and again, I don't speak for everybody, just myself, but my responses were way out of whack. So I'd give you a size 15 response to a size 2 problem.
Right.
And until I had the therapy and the diagnosis and did lots of rounds of the therapy, and everybody could benefit from them. They're just good life skills, not just people with borderline.
Yeah.
I would crack up and I would bottle up anger and then I'd rage. But then I learned that sadness is my primary emotion.
Right. Okay.
But I was fight or flight, and I was ready to fight all the time.
Wow. So that would have been troubling, obviously, growing up.
Yeah. It costs you a lot of jobs, a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships. I'll see people and I know that we've had arguments somewhere along the way, but I just can't even remember it. So
you can't. So it's just gone.
No, I know I think we had a fight, but yeah, I'm why does that person not talk to me? It's a bit awkward.
There could be a reason why, but you're not sure why.
Yeah.
Okay, so being aware of it is obviously a huge difference because there'd probably be people, and I've heard about it and understand that it's one of the more difficult ones to kind of work around. And I actually didn't know there was medication for that.
So there's not specific medication for it. Some psychiatrists will recommend it because it can help other symptoms such as your anxiety and things like that.
Right, so just to take the edge off.
Yeah, it's not like bipolar where they medicate per se. I think mine said years ago it could help up to 60% of the symptoms.
Okay.
But for me, 100% therapy over and over again.
Really? Okay, good.
Yeah, I swear by a DBT and it changed my life.
And what's DBT?
So dialectical behaviour therapy.
Okay, all right. Excellent. Yeah. Great. Well, it's good that there's options out there.
Yeah.
And so when did you start that? When you were a teenager, when your mum first noticed, or was it not for a while?
So mum got me diagnosed. I think I had my daughter young. I was maybe 18 or 19, and then that brought on postnatal and a few other things. But I remember going to the psychiatrist after I got divorced really young, married as well. But that's part of the borderline, hey, because you want to cling on to anything. So first boyfriend, and I was I don't want to be rejected because that's a big, big part of it. So, you're if you marry him and have a baby, he won't leave. Newsflash, they still leave. All right? So that was my theory. And then another thing, I was knocking out everything really quick. So I was engaged at 18, married at 19, baby at 20, divorced by 21.
Right.
And that was my OCD
Let's do
way of doing
all
it.
the things.
All the things.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So. And it was interesting before when you said that you would change back and forth because I have read a little bit about that chameleon kind of thing. And is that just to fit in, to feel like you belong to something?
Yeah. And because it's chronic feelings of loneliness and emptiness, so you don't really know where you fit in. And even this day, I'll still be in a room full of people. I'm I don't fit in, and that's where the awkward thing comes in because I'm
right.
they're talking about me, or if I go over there, I'm going to make an ass of myself, or whatever. So
you're constantly kind of on edge about that. And to be fair, you know, everybody kind of feels like that at different times. But what you're saying is yours is at a higher level. Yeah,
and it's that, again, probably like previous trauma and experiences, which is what lands you with borderline. It doesn't just magically happen.
Right, so it's a response rather than a genetic kind of thing, or is it a bit of both?
Yeah, there's a bit of both. Like, I come from like a family, mum has dissociative identity disorder and my father's undiagnosed schizophrenic. Like, we got to one doctor's visit but then didn't go back.
Right.
So the genes aren't great in the mental health space anyway. And I think mum's dad was schizophrenic as well. So they say there's like hereditary bits play into it, but it's not like mum's borderline, so you're borderline, your sister will be borderline.
Right.
So that plays into it. But then they also say, like, sorry, trigger warning.
No,
that can play a part. Like, for me, it was like an absent father and a very emotionally narcissistic father. So I think that's definitely like the feelings of like not good enough, rejection. You know, I've got to change who I am because you don't love me regardless. Like, you know, like I'll be smarter, I'll be skinnier, I'll be prettier, like whatever it is. So all that builds in. But every psychiatrist session without fail, we're talking about daddy. So,
And I think now more than ever people understand mental health and we're starting to look at it differently. We do go to therapy. We're so lucky that we can do that, and we do get to talk about, you know, all of those things, and we understand that it's there in a million different ways, you know, and we start to look at behaviours of people and go, oh, actually, maybe one of the reasons they're behaving like that is because of this and this, and I think we're starting to have more compassion, which is really lovely and good, but it still makes for lots of awkward situations, I'm imagining.
Oh, 100%. And then the thing is, you do judge yourself too, because you could put in 90% good work all the time and then you have that 10% brain snap and have like a over-the-top reaction or snap at somebody, or, you know, as simple as someone could talk to you rudely and you could be like, oh, can you please talk to me nicely? Then they perceive that as you having a go, and then you're just in this massively awkward situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so that's I'm really interested to know some of your awkward situations that have come up. I think there's room to explore there where perhaps you haven't seen it as well. Is that what's happening as well? You're just overwhelmed, and so your reaction is just your reaction, and then people take it the wrong way.
Yeah, and then like have a very strong sense of justice as well. So, you know, 10 people could be in a room observing behaviour that's illegal or immoral or something. None of them will say anything, and I'm just straight in there like, don't speak to a woman like that, or don't whatever. And then it's, okay, Amber needs to leave now. Like, she was aggressive or whatever.
Wow.
But,
just because so have you got any like real examples? Like, tell us something that
even like very recently in like employment history, when I said to somebody, they come over and they were quite aggressive, and I said, oh, could you speak to me nicely, because I'm learning to like set boundaries and assert myself. I was fired within half an hour. So
are you serious?
Like, marched into the office, no witness, no union, no nothing, just, you're toxic for this work environment. And I was like, I just asked somebody to speak to me nicely. So.
Okay, that doesn't sound like you did anything wrong.
No.
I think asking someone to do that is reasonable.
But then that could be put down to the borderline because, you know, like, I don't want to work with people that don't respect me, and a normal person wouldn't say anything. But I was like, no, can you please speak to me nicely? Like, people just put up with it, but I don't.
No, I think that's true, because I think in times, and I'm menopausal, so I'm more open to saying things now. But before, I probably did put up with a lot of things, and you know, things are changing each decade, and we're getting treated differently in those times. But definitely, I've put up with behaviours that now I wouldn't, and I would definitely say something. And for sure, there is a backlash, isn't there? Yeah. But for you to lose a job, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Ridiculous. Okay, all right. Well. Yeah. Okay, you were saying before about sometimes friendships and things you haven't remembered. Have people pointed that out to you or said things to you, or? Yeah,
even recently, like with a girlfriend, I've obviously been through my own abusive relationships with men and things like that.
Yeah.
And the first time I was like, you know, she came to me and I helped, and she went back, and I was like, oh, not really going to bail you out every single time. Like, I've done it, I've been there, you know, you come, I save you. I think we're on to the 4th or 5th time. You know, I picked her up because she was sleeping in the car the other day because they had a falling out.
Oh, my gosh.
And she went back, and then she was straight into the, you know, you don't know all the situation. You don't know
the history, the story. You don't know the good times.
Yeah, you don't get an opinion. was the one. And see, borderline, you need the trigger. To me, that's the trigger. You don't get an opinion. Okay, you rang me at 6 o'clock in the morning and wake me up to come and pick you up and save you again. You spend how many hours talking about this boy?
Yeah.
And then we're back to him by the end of the day. So I just said, like, that's the black and white borderline. I'm done. I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna play anymore. Like, don't ring me at 6 o'clock now. Like, find somebody else, because I give you my energy, you suck my soul out, and then we do it all again.
To be fair, Amber, I think that's reasonable. No. I don't think that's borderline. I think that's reasonable, because it is hard, but you're right. Many of us go through many iterations of that because we think we're helping, but then it becomes a stage where you're enabling and going, it's okay. But you do feel like your time is, you know, their emergency is your time, right? And then they're like, oh, see you later, I'm done now. Yeah.
But she did pull the borderline card, and it's not that black and white. And I said, it is. Like, just leave him. Like, it is to me.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I think
I'm still very black and white at times.
Yeah, that's right. So it's hard to see the grey.
Yeah, you know, she's like, I love him, there's feelings. And I was like, yeah, but he does A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
Like.
And you shouldn't be sleeping in a car, babe.
No.
That's really tough. Yeah.
And I do have an opinion, because you woke me up and I saved you again, even though I said I wasn't going to. So I don't, and it is part of the borderline, like, don't patronise me, like, don't criticise me, don't talk down to me, because I'll bite.
Yeah. And that's fine. Absolutely fine. So talking about awkward situation, there's other, so I believe once, you know, with any mental health thing, sometimes it trickles into other areas of mental health as well. Has that happened for you? So borderline personality is one diagnosis. Has it gone into any other areas?
They tick the anxiety box as well. Like, I've been medicated for that on and off, depression, postnatal when I had my daughter. Yeah. That was like really traumatic birth, so just no bonding, and I think it literally took me 2 years to warm up to it, and I've said that to her, but like, we're thick as thieves now, but you know, you're a single mum, the husband buggered off. I'm lucky I had my mum, she's my rock, but I wish, you know, there was that straight away, like, I love being pregnant, and oh my god, I love you, but I was like too sick to even hold her, so I was like, can someone hold her, I'm going to drop her on the floor. That
makes it hard. And postnatal, I had a little bit of that, not much. I have Hashimoto's, so that's a thyroid condition, and it, you know, hormones are wild when you're pregnant and doing that. So as soon as all of that left my body and, you know, had the baby at home, I remember like day 4, I was packing a bag. I'm obviously not a good mother. I mean, I'd wanted to be a mother my whole life. I was like, I'm packing a bag, you know, I can't do this, it's too much. And my husband at times like, what's happening? What are you doing? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, it's literally the fog lifted that night, and then I just got back to being normal. But I was just tired, anxious. I had previous miscarriages, so it was like, you know, I was like, I have to keep this baby alive. I don't know if I can do it. But I was just ridiculously exhausted, as you would have been. So that would be difficult. I
feel like the diagnosis for the BPD came after the birth, probably, like that was like the climax for it, when mum's like, we're going. Because then a lot of the symptoms were out and about, and it's even things from like, you know, reckless behaviours, and this is like big for people, it was like ideation, hope I can say that on here,
of course,
like drinking in excess, shopping to excess, like racking up lay-by debts. It can manifest in a lot of ways. Reckless driving, like multiple sexual partners. And I can like admit that, as like after being divorced and things like that, that was definitely like my drug, but it wasn't like, oh, just sex, whatever. Like, it was looking for love in the wrong places and looking for that connection and things. But never did drugs or anything like that, but definitely like abused my heart and my soul, and should have looked after myself better. But then therapy snapped out of it and just don't do it anymore. So
and so do you still go to therapy now?
No, so how it works is like you enroll in this course. It should be publicly funded and easy to get into. I found one publicly funded one that I did, but the rest you've got to have like top level private health with like hospital to get into the private hospitals to do it. So it's like rich people can afford to do it, nobody else can. So like I had to pay for it. So I did maybe 2 rounds in private and then a public one, but you do it for like 6 months, once a week, like an inpatient, just a day visit thing. Most of the people in my course were like in patients, like having full treatment at the facility or the hospital. So that was interesting to like watch them come into treatment and stuff. And then they'd had, what do you call it? Like the electric...
Shock therapy?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, yeah, like they knew who you were one week and the next week they were just sitting in the corner rocking. Like it was pretty full on.
Did that work for them? I feel like...
They were like severely depressed.
Okay.
But yeah, like they came back around and stuff. But yeah, it was hard to watch. Like,
yeah, that would be hard
because you bond and stuff, and like you hear
Yeah.
each other's trauma and things like that. So you become friends. It's hard.
Yeah. Are you still friends with any of them now? Or
No, like because I moved away and stuff. But I know a lot of them stayed in contact, and it's the same. Like you lose someone and things, like it's tough.
Oh, that is really tough.
Yeah.
That's you don't think about all of those things when it's not your jam, you know, when it's not a part of your life. But it's you know, ADHD is very big, and as in like more people are now realising, oh, maybe I've, you know, got that. There's more symptoms around, there's more discussion about it, which is really good, especially with kids. But even as adults, people having their kids diagnosed realise, oh, actually, I think I might have a bit of that. And so, I mean, even without a diagnosis, it's just a good way to look it up and go, okay, these are the things I think I'm doing. Perhaps I can just help myself by learning these tricks and trades around it, which is good. So I think that's good. But it sort of leads me on to when you're talking about the honesty, like the black and white and the raw honesty. I had a friend of mine years and years ago, and this was like 26 years ago. We met in Canada. We shared a house, and she was just the most outright person I've ever met. Like definitely black and white, just like boom, that's what it is. And she'd just say things like she was beautiful and clearly more beautiful than me, and I was like, okay.
I don't do that.
But anyway, this is her, and she was so funny, and I was just like, okay. I mean, I knew who she was, so I was just like, this is her style, this is what she does, you know. So I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, that's good to know.
And what do you reckon?
Oh, well, she told me that and this is before people talked about autism, like. I only knew about Rain Man and you know, documentaries about extreme areas of autism. Yeah. But she said, oh, I think I think I've got autism. And I was like, oh, okay. And in my head I was like, probably something. Because you're very honest. Like she came and saw me in a play and you know, when people come and see you, you know, because you're a theatre girl as well, when you come out you're like, what did you think? Yeah. You know, you really hang in for the goss. And if someone doesn't like what you've done, they always just say, oh, the lighting's really good, or, you know, terrible if they say that someone else is better than you, but whatever. Don't talk about me. What did I do? And her only comment for the whole play was, white doesn't suit you.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay. Yeah. I said, well, I was playing a nurse, so didn't have much of a choice. Yeah. But that's it. That was her. And then she's like, okay, bye. I'm like, okay, thanks for coming. And all my friends were like, what? And I was like, I'm not offended by it because I know her.
It's
so
expected.
Yeah, absolutely. And she, I don't think she talked much to her family. She just wasn't really close with them. She changed her name by default. So she had a really, I can't actually remember her original name, but it was something like Jane Smith, like very basic. But she changed it to a very, like her first name was...
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's the flower. And I won't say her last name because I don't want to, you know, but her last name was also a pagan goddess, like very different. Wow. Yeah. And it was great because that's how she wanted to be known, you know. She sent me a paper once that she wrote. I didn't understand any of it because it was just...
above you.
It was like, wait, I was like, okay. And I said, I can't give any opinion because I don't know what I'm reading. I don't understand it. I didn't have ChatGPT then. I should have done that to break it down. But the most... interesting experience I ever had with her was when so it was like before phones, like mobile phones or regular phones. I'm not that old. And so she just wound up at my house one day, and I knew the bus was like at least 2 different buses, about an hour to get there. So she just rocked up at the house, knocked on the door, and I opened the door. I was like, oh my God, hi, how are you? And I said, come in. And she's like, no, I just came here for one reason. I'm like, okay. What's the reason? She goes, well, as you know, I have not let anyone hug me for the last 15 years. And I was like, okay. And she said, so I've decided I'd really like to have a hug. And I said, right. And she goes, and I'd like you to be the person that hugs me. And I said, okay. And I'm like...
She's like full Sheldon.
Full Sheldon. And I was like, oh, now?
I've come all this way.
Yeah. Go. And I was like, okay. I said, now. She goes, yeah, well, that's why I'm here. I was like, okay, all right. I said, all right, well, let's go. So I went up and I put my arms around her, and I stayed a little bit longer because I was like, oh, what's happening? Gave her a hug. I tried to be as, huggy as possible. Yeah. And then I stood back and I was like, okay.
How was it?
Yeah, I literally said that. I said, how was it? And she just goes, it's what I thought it would be. I was like, okay. And then she literally turned around, got back on the bus and left.
Yeah. That's so autistic.
Right.
The hugging thing is like, I've heard a million people.
Really?
I know people now that are like, don't do hugs and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I was like, okay. So, and what about you? If there are any other, awkward things you've had with people? Because if you said that happens to you a lot, what other things come to mind?
Oh, well, like, just kind of like, I don't know, putting my foot in it or oversharing, but that's a little bit of borderline as well. Like, they all kind of overlap. And then, I didn't even know about that I had ADHD until my boss, like, I don't know, a couple of jobs ago was just like, have you ever been tested for this? And I was like, and that's all it takes for someone to like plant a seed.
Yes.
And then it was the same psychiatrist that had diagnosed a borderline when I was like 19. And I was like, why don't we do it then? And I literally got yes to every question. So it was like the inattentive and the hyperactive.
Wow.
So it was like bonus points for the win. And then, he's like, I'm so sorry we didn't pick this up sooner. And I was like, well, would it have made life easier, And then even growing up, like, I struggled with, like, reading and writing, and I had, like, lots of ear operations, and I don't think I read or spoke properly until I was, like, 5 or 6.
Is that grommets kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, my child's had all that stuff as well. And I've still got grommets in now. Like, I've still got ear issues. But, like, I think my dad was always, like, comparing me to my sister, who's highly intelligent. So mum was like, she's not doing as well, or she needs help.
Right, the milestones aren't being hit the way the sister met those.
But she also didn't have any of the ear problems. And then, his response was, you just wanted to be as smart as her sister, and,
Yeah. And that's hard to live up to, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you can only ever have one child. And that's probably borderline related too, that rejection of playing one off against each other.
Yeah.
And he's adopted, so it goes back to that, you got to be the favourite one. Yeah, it's just generational trauma through and through, like,
it
passed
is.
down.
Wow.
But you're always competing. Like, you don't want your sibling to get knocked off, but you're like, I want you to love me, notice me. Like,
yeah.
So, and that's what feeds into borderline. So.
Yeah. Well, something I used to, in my corporate training days, I used to do behavioural profiling, so sharing how individuals react and work with each other. And one of the important things in there that I think is kind of related to, everybody's diagnoses at the moment is that we shouldn't treat people how we like to be treated. Yeah. We should treat people how they like to be treated.
Like love languages, kind of.
Kind of like that. Yeah. So doing what they respond to, So, like, it's even simple things. So if there's someone who talks really direct and they say things that to you might seem a little bit rude, if that's their talk style, then you can probably talk the same way back to them, and they'll probably get it more because then you're talking direct the way they like to communicate. Yeah. And if someone's more emotional talking and likes to talk about the fluffy stuff, and even just when you go into a meeting, some people like to chat, and there's some, I know, to go into some meetings and I'm like, I'm not going to chat, I'm just going to get straight to the point because that's what they want. And then there's other people I know, hey, how was your weekend? What'd you get up to? What's going on? If you remember something about them, it's really nice to bring that up. And other people, they don't want to talk about that. Yeah. Or, so it's understanding that about all different types of people. I think the more that we can do that, and be adaptable is the main thing. Mm-hmm. So I think perhaps even though you have this diagnosis, when I met you, I didn't guess any of those things.
I think I mask pretty well as well. So with ADHD, you kind of pretend to be something else and fit in. But with the borderline, and that's, I think, why one of the doctors is like, oh, no, you don't have the autism, because I do have that awareness. Like, at times I get awkward, but I'm not like your Sheldon who'll go in there. Like, I watch the whole room because I'm always on alert, and I'm kind of, it's like a superpowered. Yeah. And like a highly empathic, bordering on psychic. Like, so I'll be like, this person's crying, this person's breaking up, this person's lying, this one's about to have a fight. So it's just like all the time. It doesn't stop.
Yeah. That's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I will say, when I did meet you, I did notice one little thing.
Oh, God.
No, it's nothing bad. I've never told you. Oh, God. But there's an intensity.
Yeah.
There's an intensity about you. Yeah, well, so I could feel that intensity, but not in a bad way, Just like, I knew to pay attention and to listen and to not be dismissive, or you know what I mean? Like there's some people like they're talking, they don't care. But I knew to pay attention and listen because that you would appreciate it. And I like that as a person myself. I'm like, okay, that's good. Yeah. I like that someone is invested and wants to have the conversation. Yeah. Whereas, people are just like,
I don't do small talk.
No, you got straight into it. And and I think this podcast too is more about sometimes when we share something about ourselves that's a bit vulnerable, then immediately the other person can relax and go, oh, you know what? I've got stuff too.
Yeah. Everyone's got stuff.
Yeah. There's no one that's perfect. Even when we think what we see, and we live in a world where we're constantly facing a barrage of perfect like situations, and I think the more that we can, not that we have to go and overshare immediately, but I'm a bit of an oversharer as well, but I tend to relate to people a lot quicker because I'm like, oh yeah, okay, me too, or I get that, or I'm really interested in that, because I'm always wanting to learn about these things. I'm more of a let's talk it out than a let's not say anything. You're probably
no, I'm just saying, like, to the point of like over communicating, but even just mental health in general and stuff like that, there's still that taboo bit around it still sometimes, and like men not getting help, or like I've still got mates who are to the point of like good, like enacting a suicide plan, and it's like, I don't want to do meds, like I'll be fine, I'll tough it out or whatever. I'm like, why would we not do the one thing that might keep us hanging on a little bit longer until we get out of that rut, I
wonder what that is.
If you go into a separation
meds
or whatever, like, let's just take him for a couple of months if that gets us there. Like, but
is there a sense of weakness around just taking them? Because even meds, I'm like, okay, I get why people don't want to go and talk because they feel overwhelmed that, I don't want to tell my story to someone, or I'm not worth it, or even myself, I didn't want to go to therapy because I was like, there are children starving in Africa. Get over it, Monique, but fortunately I did sort of overcome that. But I wonder, like, taking meds to me is like, take the meds, like if you think it's going to help. But I guess
I think it's like a weakness thing. It's a cost to some people.
True.
Libido, like,
it can have an impact. I guess there's
erectile dysfunction.
There's a million other things that come with it. But I
zombies. People don't want to be like zombied out because it can take all the bad stuff away, but at the same time it brings down the exhilaration of the good stuff. So you're just like, meh.
True. But people say that with ADHD medication too sometimes, don't they? They've got to take a while to find what they need that will work. And I've had that with kids when I've been teaching. They literally was salivating, like just,
I'm on my third different one. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah. And it's weird. Like, you'd be on one type, so I tried, like, I don't know, can I say brands or... Am I allowed to say brands?
Maybe not.
No. So I was on one type, but there was a shortage in Australia.
Right.
So then I couldn't get them anymore, so they chucked me on another one, same dosage. Yeah. And I was literally like, you can even see it now, like a little bit of a tremor, but I was like all the time, my eye was twitching and everything, and now I'm on a third one.
Wow, okay. Yeah. And how's that going?
Good. Like, the doctors, they got to like monitor your heart and stuff, because every 12 months you're supposed to have like an ECG because it can do weird things.
And there's your side effects, right? That's the thing.
But like insomnia, there was a lot of other things as well.
Yeah.
But if you've got true ADHD and you take them, like, I can zone in, lock in, hyper focus and do good stuff. But sometimes I'll be like super tired. And then I said to the doctor, like, if the wrong person takes this, then they're on like an upper and then if I take it because I've got ADHD, it just like...
That's right. So the stimulant actually makes you feel more relaxed.
Yeah. So I was like, why am I tired?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why you don't have coffee?
No, I never drank coffee. But
just never got into it.
No.
Yeah.
Favourite smell in the world, but taste.
Yes, I love the smell too, but I don't like the taste either. I tried to get into it for about a year. I was trying to do that with my partner time. I was like, let's drink coffee together, And plus I was having too much hot chocolate.
I love hot chocolate.
Yeah, me too.
So only the smell was enough to get you like hyped.
Right. Yeah. Well, and it's funny because are you quite... I think you're quite an energetic person.
No.
Yeah. And like, all of this, because I'm like that too. And I'm like, imagine if we had coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we'd be just like bouncing off
Singing more than I technically
don't want to do that.
No. The world doesn't need that.
It doesn't. So, okay. So then what's next for you? What's kind of, what kind of things are coming up for you that you want to, I don't know, achieve? Like, I feel like you've achieved so much already in finding out these things about yourself that a lot of people don't get to find out at all.
Yeah. No, it's a game changer, and like being proactive. And then even my psychologist, and I've probably had the same one like, I was referred to her from my psychiatrist, and they worked together, which helps.
Yeah.
She says I'm really proactive and that I am very high functioning. But, you know, some people with it can't hold down a job, can't get out of bed, have drug habits to boot, you know, so everybody's different. But mine would be keep up my therapy, keep up my medication, keep up my psychiatrist, because when we moved up here, it was quite a hassle to get the ADHD meds swapped into state and everything.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of hoops and stuff to jump through.
It's funny how the states are different.
Yeah.
Like one country, but we have...
Yeah, like
it's so big, I guess.
Across, and then, like, my doctor saying it on the phone was not enough, and, like, thousands of dollars later, got a doctor and everything up here, and it's all fine, but very stressful, and, like, it becomes a full-time job, and, you know, depending on your socioeconomic background and how much understanding you have of the health industry and stuff like that, you know, if you don't know to chase it and you can't be assertive or you're not particularly articulate, it's
of course.
bloody hard work.
To advocate for yourself in health situations is really tough. Yeah. I had that with, I'm just taking thyroxine, and they changed the medication around, which, so there's all different names of it, but they changed it so you didn't have to keep it in the fridge anymore. It's like, great, because when you go travelling, you can just take it with you. But it was... exactly the same ingredients, but obviously not, because one was refrigerated and it didn't work for me. So for a whole year I was taking medication that wasn't working, and it took all that time to work it out. I don't know, I could have probably changed back earlier, but I just thought, oh, something's happened to me, you know, other things happen, and as time goes on, and we were checking, a lot of other things were coming up. I had sleep apnea, other stuff, so it was just like, you know, we kind of got back to it and was like, oh no, it's the medication. I was like, okay, back to the other one. The chemist wouldn't give it to me at first. They said, no, it's the same. I said, well, for me, it's not. I need to try this. This is our last kind of option to go back to, because nothing else is working. And I was on like a crazy amount at that stage. And they were like, no, we haven't got it. We're not getting it in. And I was like, okay. So I just left and went to another chemist, and they were okay. But they did question me as well. And now I've got a chemist that knows this is what I want. But I don't know why, like... Why
you feel like a criminal sometimes trying to go and get your meds. I'm forgetful. It's part of the disorder. Like, yes, I'm too early, or I'm a couple of days late. Like, call me and tell me to come and get it. No.
And you're right about it being a bit of a full-time job, because I've had a few other things come up, and it's like I have to go every month. I can't get any in advance. And if you're working full-time and doing stuff full-time and it's just going every month is like a little bit annoying. Then you've got to wait and do all the things. And I'm just like, can we just get it ordered so that it comes, you know?
Even to see a psychiatrist, like, you got to take that time off work. Normally wait 6 to 8 months. It's like a 15-minute appointment where they charge you like $300. They won't do it on the phone. Like, it's a whole day off depending where your psychiatrist is.
It is, yeah.
So I get the resentment with that and the cost and everything. Like
100%. But I'm so grateful it's available. I'm so grateful we live here as well, where 100%. We can have those things, and and some of them are free, some of them not, but it's it's good. What else in awkward things? So any other, like,
this is not relevant to borderline or anything, but something awkward which I find amusing. I had to buy pajamas for this show, so I don't own any pajamas. True story.
Oh, that's right. Actually, you wrote on the form.
I think
that was you. Okay, because I've had a few people write on the form what, you know, like, what do you wear to bed? And they're like, oh, and you're like, no, nothing. No. Okay.
Yeah, so you're lucky.
I'm so excited. I could have given you some to borrow.
I probably need them. I've been like... interstate for the weekend, and you can't really sleep.
That's hilarious.
So you're welcome.
Well, thank you so much for wearing those pajamas. Okay.
I can give you an interesting story that happened recently. So I had brunch with a girlfriend, and this is a different girlfriend to the other one.
Yes.
Similar stories, but different. And she was talking about her boyfriend, and he actually rang during the meal, and she answered the phone, and I was like, that's a bit strange. And she was very like, yes, whatever you say, rah, rah. And then she got off the phone and she's like, oh, I have to answer, otherwise he gets cranky. And I was like, what do you mean? And that was the can of worms. She said, if I don't answer in a certain time frame, answer a certain way, end the call in a certain way, she's like, I go from friend to enemy. And I was like, let me tell you about that. And I was
That's coercive control.
Yeah. But I was like, the friend to enemy is classic borderline, because that's how they get
so you're able to diagnose.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can see it.
Yeah. So, like, that's why they call it dialectical behaviour therapy, because the dialectics is the opposite. So the black, white, happy, sad, friend, enemy, like love, hate.
Right.
And so all the therapy is to get you into the middle zone of those, so you don't have to be loving or hating. Like, I can be upset with you but never talk to you again.
Yeah.
Kind of that thing.
Yep.
But yeah, she answered the call and I was like, well, that's kind of rude while you're at lunch. But yeah, it was, if I don't answer in a certain way, in a certain tone, he doesn't know what I'm doing, like he'll...
So she's the one walking on eggshells then,
Yes.
because she has to constantly make him feel safe, I guess.
Yes.
That's his safe zone to know that...
Because otherwise he's straight into rejected, which is the trigger, which is straight into the abuse. So then he'd have the meltdown, verbally annihilate her, which is totally borderline, because they feel threatened, so you get their entire lifetime's worth of issues. So, like, you didn't call me, you must not care about me, you must be shagging someone else straight away. I'm like, I'm at breakfast with my best friend. Fucking calm down. Sorry, hopefully I can swear.
That's fine. It's been 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just give me a minute.
Yeah, so then we went and sat on the beach and we talked for hours, and, you know, it was everything from, like, he checked her friend list, to make her, like, delete all the men, because he was like, if they're there, you're just going to fuck them, you know.
Wow.
And that's borderline. It's the, you're going to leave me. It's a rejection. It's, you know, but every time she'd do something that he didn't like, it was, I'm going to shred you for 3 days, and then verbally, and then you've got to build it back up, and then he'd go a week, he'd be fine, something trigger him, and then go off again. But I could see a lot of similarities, and it's things that I've done in relationships, and borderline... to me, and relationships don't necessarily work. You have to find a very understanding partner. Two mental health issues would not go well together. Two borderlines, woof. But
I've read that borderlines and narcissists often end up together. Is that true?
Everyone I've dated has been a narcissist.
There you go.
And my father's a narcissist. But yeah. And then because you're so eager to please, like, you know, like I've been cheated on, like freaking abused financially, everything, and you're just like, oh, but he puts up with me, you know, when I have a, you know, meltdown every now and then.
Right.
So this is the best I can ever do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, oh, he loves me, it's okay. That's why I'm so angry at these girls for, like, going back. And, you know, she really listened, and I was like, dude, that's borderline. Like, I've done those things. I've gone through the friends. I've gone through the phone, because you're so sure that you're not enough, that they're going to, you know, go and be with somebody else. Like, I've had nightmares about boyfriends cheating, like, wake up and not speak to them for the day. Because it's so real. And I'm like, there's that betrayal. Like, I don't care if I was snoring, you betrayed me, and then it's on for the day, you know?
And what do they respond like?
Like, you dreamed it, you can't always accuse me of cheating, like...
Yeah. So it's that paranoia that sets in that's happened, even though you know it's a dream, but you figure it, I guess you kind of tell yourself a story. Yeah. I must have dreamed it because it's real. Yeah.
And then, but then other times they would be cheating the whole time and, like, look you in the face and be like, it's all in your head, go and have some more meds. That's my favourite. Like,
Yeah. So that's hard when you've been open and vulnerable and revealed something about yourself, and then people throw that against you.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that walking on eggshells and stuff, like, there's actually books about borderline called something about walking on eggshells, but that's how everybody describes it. Like, Arwen, my daughter, would describe, you know, like, to know whether to stay away from me, like, if I'm on edge, or, you know, my sister keeps her distance because she needs to for her own mental health. Yeah. My mum loves me unconditionally. She gets it's just part of me. Yeah. My father doesn't speak to me, but he's got his own issues. But yeah, like, I've lost a lot of friends and things like that. But I ADHD'd. I went on a side quest there. But the story of her was... she listened. I said, go Google borderline. I was like, it's not happy ending. I said, this is going to be constant. And I said, I can
in her relationship with him. Yeah.
I was like, I've done all those things, mate. Like, this is what it is. Then she went quiet. So I was like, you know, the whole, I'm going to leave him. It's all good. Went quiet for a few weeks, came back. We went out as a group. Yep. He lost his shit in front of me. So my friend bought, like, a round of drinks, and he was straight into her, you're my woman, you know, how dare you accept a drink? Oh, no, you belong to me.
You can't keep quiet.
No.
About that.
Insert trigger. You know, so he's off there, borderline, you know, doing his thing. Yeah. And I'm over here. And I was like, okay, nobody would say anything, but I feel the need to say something. You know, it's my night. You wouldn't be here unless I invited you. I don't want you there anyway, but she came with you. But I was like, dude, don't talk to her like that. Like,
which is fair. Yeah. It's fair.
Yeah. I was like... it bought everyone a drink, doesn't mean anything. She doesn't belong to you. Like, you can't talk to her like that. And then he was walking off the street, down the street, swearing and carrying on. He came back. Anyway, he offered to assault me, to sort me out.
He offered. I like it. Yes. Yeah. No thanks. I'm good.
Yeah. And I was like, just because I'm calling you on your stuff, mate, I'm like, I see you. Like, I see that you've got lots of issues. No one's going to get you more than I do, but you still can't talk to her like that. And I'm like, I know that's what you do on a regular basis, but I'm going to call you out because you're doing it in front of everybody. Yeah. You know, some people, like, behind closed doors because to get away with it, but he was fully into it in the street.
Yep.
So I put her in an Uber, made sure she got home. Was the
Did
end
they
of it.
live together?
No, like she was breaking up. We were done.
Okay.
All good. Exit again. Then she goes quiet for a few weeks and I messaged and I said, I have this feeling like I had a dream that you're going to go back to him and lie to me about it and he was really going to hurt you because last time we were all together he threatened to beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're crazy. That didn't happen. Anyway, insert photo on Facebook, cover photo of him and her in a relationship. And I was like, what happened to I'm getting the police and getting my stuff out?
Yeah.
And I was like, we're done. Because, you could call that borderline or you can just call it enough of the shit. But I'm black and white. And I'm like, he threatened my safety. I stuck my neck out to make sure you didn't get bashed up either.
Yeah.
And now we're moving in with him. What the fuck? I just can't.
Well, I mean, that goes back to Mel Robbins' Let Them, right?
Yeah, so I said, have a nice life. Like, I've given you everything I've got on this. Like, my insight track, it's not going to go well.
No,
You'll move down there. She's going to lose her grandkids. She'll be isolated. She's quitting her job. He'll have a dummy spit every 3 days and you will be his prisoner. But that's your thing.
And only she can make those decisions. But at least you stood up for her. You did the right thing. I don't think any of those things are bad. And even put yourself in harm's way, which is probably, don't do that too much. No. But just for you, because
that's what felt like the betrayal. Because I'm like, you lied to my face. Like I asked you. Yeah. Because I knew you weren't strong enough to stay away. That's why I was like, don't go pick up your stuff.
Yeah. No, I've definitely had girlfriends who've been in those situations where, there's an abuse happening, and they go back. And, I've stayed in like mine. I'm not with anyone physically. I've never been with anyone physically violent because I'm just not. Yeah. I can't deal with any of that. But definitely been in, some sort of times where it's not as nice and you kind of stay a bit longer than you should, but nothing crazy. Like I've always been pretty mild, but I can see when it happens to other people and it's sad. It's sad. But
I was like, I felt like it was divine intervention, like having that conversation. I was like,
exactly, because you could tell her what it's,
And I was like, oh, I've saved her. Like she won't move and ruin her freaking life. But I was like, if somebody told me that it wasn't all going to be roses and like it's eggshells for the rest of your life, mate, as you already know, like you chose that. So
I think you've tipped on something there. Is it important to you that you save people? Is it important to help people? Maybe not save them, but to help them.
In relationships and stuff, like I pick the people that need saving, like mummy's boys, abused as kids or whatever. Like you don't know all that on the first date. Not save necessarily, but that sense of justice is so strong and that black and white, like I don't like abusive narcissists, things like that. Like I've got certain trigger points that I just don't stand for at all.
And so you're the kind of person that probably just gets involved in that because you want to help and you feel like you've got knowledge to share. Yeah. And you just want to help and...
Yeah, I don't seek it out, but I seem to, like, in the last month, those two ladies have had those relationship problems.
Yeah.
And I've been there both times, multiple times, and now I'm just like, enough. Like, it's not going to change, so I can't be of any support to you because I am so black and white, I just want to shake you. Like,
yeah, true. Yeah. But it's nice. It's nice. You're still trying to be a good friend and do all of those things. And I think sometimes... I would say that you're probably a person who's very open to hearing lots of things because you've got, a complex history. Nothing's too surprising to you, I think. So people probably feel open to tell you. But then you might be the only person that they do tell.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Because they know if they... sometimes when you tell someone, that... they're going to go off the handle or just something like, I'm not going to tell them, it's going to be too much. Yeah. But I'll tell you because you can handle it and you might give advice and that's good. But at the same time, maybe they just feel like they can walk away from it and it's not fair. So that's not fair to you because you're right. It's a little bit vampire, emotional vampire behaviour.
If she told her daughter, like, what he did, like, the daughter would never let her near the granddaughter or be like, don't move, what are you doing, you're crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, you're doing the good work there. I don't think the black and white's too bad when it's so obvious, know. Yeah.
But the symptoms are different in everybody really. But my main ones were like anger snaps and the justice thing and just rejection and perceived rejection. And I think that probably comes from my dad cheating on my mum, and that probably even fed into the early diagnosis of it really. But like no trust of men and not successful relationships and very, very narcissistic men who need saving. So now I'm just like, single Pringle.
Yeah.
But it works. Like, my mental health compared to when I'm in a relationship, like, I'm like, oh, they're going to text me back. Are they cheating on me? Do they love me? Like, fuck that. I don't need any of that.
No, you don't. Well, you know the stats say that, you know, women are better off being single.
Yeah, even my daughter's like, Mum, don't do it. Like, you change. And I was like, I don't need it.
Good, so she can see that too.
Yeah, and they're like, it's trauma for her, so we just don't need it at all.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. There's lots of different things that come into it, but you said you can sort of pick it in people. So do you find it, is it around a lot? Because it's not something, I mean, we're starting to hear a bit more about borderline now, but do you see it a lot? Like, or...
Yeah, but I think I pick lots of things too. So it'll be like anxiety or, you know, schizophrenic or, you know, even autism. Like, I could talk to someone for 3.5 seconds and be like, oh my God, Sheldon. You know, like, it's just there.
You can see it.
Other people don't see it.
Yeah.
Or like restless legs or they're fidgeting or whatever. I'm like, someone's got anxiety, you know. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Awkward question. Have you noticed anything with me?
I'm like,
we don't know each other very well, so we've only seen each other in a short period of time. But did anything pick up on me at all?
I thought, like, in that group situation that we met, that you were very genuine. Like, you were one of the people that I, like, was drawn towards.
That's so
yeah. And then, like, I saw that you had Jack and stuff at rehearsals, and I was like, you know, she's balancing it like I'm balancing it. Yeah. Single mum. Yeah. It's very sad when you had to pull out.
I know. And that was... Oh, I've never ever done that. I was really, really upset. Like, I cried the whole weekend trying to decide, but mum was just a health thing. I couldn't stop sleeping. Yeah. And it was a big rehearsal schedule, and I was afraid. Sorry?
It was insane.
It was insane. I was afraid I was going to let them down on a show night, you know. Yeah. And because I was understudy as well, I was like, I'm either there or I'm not. I can't be, or maybe I'll be there. Yeah. So that was really tough, and it's actually made me really, like, I'm not applying for anything else at the moment because I'm just worried that I can't sustain it. So I'm feeling a lot better nowadays, but that was really sad. But so I'm glad I came across as genuine, because I hope that's how I hope to be just me, you know, and myself.
But I'd say not that I necessarily accurate, but I'd say you probably get in your own head sometimes, but you also sat there and had, like, decent conversations, so you weren't cliquey or judgy as well. Yeah, definitely.
I'm you know what, I think one of my favourite things, I definitely get in my own head, obviously. I'm just human like everyone else, but I love people. I love meeting different types of people and hearing different stories, and I'm really interested in people, the way they tick. So I'm fascinated by borderline, because I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, even when I met you, you were like that, like with the ASD stuff and the ADHD, and you're like, how does that look for you?
Yeah, I just love it, because I'm just interested in what's making people tick and how they do it, and how it works, and how they feel about it. Because I just think there's so much more for us to learn about each other and just know, so that we can have easy conversations. Because I think I'm a big Brene Brown fan. Yeah, I love her, and I think one of the things about her is just having the courageous conversations, and also just saying things like it is. Like, I prefer a truthful conversation all the time, or just to say things like, hey, when you said that before, it sounded like you were angry. Were you angry? And then the person goes, no, I was just excited, and I was saying this, and I go, oh, okay, cool. Because I've worked in HR where people are sitting right next to each other. They've had a massive argument and they're not talking. Although, here's the massive argument, never really talked about what it was. Just got offended by something, and it's just grown and grown and grown, because they've literally just gone in two different directions. So I'm all about nipping it in the bud and saying, hey, this happened. Let's have a chat about it. Or, I've been thinking about this for ages, and and sometimes you have to really force people to tell you what they really feel.
That's it. I've read somewhere, like, or maybe it was like a TED Talk or something, like, people aren't psychic, so they can't, like, guess what you're thinking, unless you're me. But, just, like, verbalize it. you say what the issue is, because so many people just get like passive aggressive or withdraw. Same with like ghosting someone. It only takes you 2 seconds to be like, no thanks, you weren't my cup of tea, or you smoked on the date and I hate smoking. Just say what it is. Everyone leaves everything up to the imagination, so you're constantly guessing yourself, and people don't have those skills to communicate and sit down and have a hard conversation. It's just never talk to you again, which is not a way of dealing with things, but that's
it's not.
It's easier to just cut people dead. I mean, with borderline, it's part of it, but
you can do that real good.
yeah. But it's no way to treat people, and it's not nice to be on the receiving end of it.
No, even simple things, like I remember when I had Jack. So I'd had miscarriages and then I had Jack, so I was very anxious about doing all the things right. So whooping cough, vaccination. And so anyone that wanted to come to see the baby had to have the whooping cough vaccination. Otherwise, they have to wait 6 months. They could be in the room with the baby, they just couldn't hold the baby. Yeah. But you know people, they want to hold the baby. So that was my rule. But I had a couple of friends, it was really hard. Like, they just didn't talk to me. Some, they didn't come until after 6 months, but they didn't say anything in between. Yeah. And one of them, I had to really say to her, look, I love you, and I know there's this thing between us. Is it because of, like, is there anything wrong? No, everything's fine. Okay, but I feel like something's wrong. No, everything's fine. And I said, I just want to guess, is it the vaccination thing? Like, did I offend you? Actually, yes, it was that. I said, okay, cool. Let's talk it out. It's fine, blah, blah, blah. And, we obviously disagreed about something at the time. And I had a baby long after my friends had babies. So the rules are very different, and then other things, the pandemic has made things a completely different world now. But the understanding around it is that, people felt offended they couldn't come and see my baby. And I wanted them to see the baby. I just wanted to have the vaccine. That's it.
And it's your life, your say. It's kind of like your Facebook profile. It's your life, it's your feed. And someone's like, I'm offended. Okay, unsubscribe, mate. And same with your baby. You set the rules. It's your bloody life. But people feel the need to be able to tell you what you can do.
I just think they didn't understand where I was coming from because they didn't experience it the same way.
Yeah.
But also, I was the kind of person who's very pliable. So for years and years, I was single, just did whatever. I would go with this couple, go with that, just do whatever they did. I never really had many boundaries because I didn't have to. But when I had a baby and I had to protect it, I started having boundaries and I became a bit of a lioness. And so people, I guess, weren't prepared for
Mama
that.
Bear, look
yeah, that's right. Yeah. But anyway.
And asserting yourself and having boundaries, if you haven't, or if you've been like a yes person prior, then it's like, who the hell is this assertive person?
Exactly. And I completely understand where they were coming from as well, because I know it was just a different thought process. So, but we're all friends now and everything's all good. But I think definitely trying to have those conversations as quickly as you can, just to say, hey, this really upset me, or
that's what I'm like. But if you meet someone who's not, then it's it is more awkward, because you've got to dance around it for 3 months. You're like, I know you've got the shits, but what is it about?
Well, I had one friend, she just stopped talking to me, and I to this day don't know why, would refuse to tell me why. I'm like, okay, I can guess what it is, but I don't really know. Another friend, we talked it out, and then she decided we're not friends. I was like, okay.
This is all over the vaccination?
No, this is different. Sorry, separate thing. Yeah. Just separate things. So that one as well, I adored her, but obviously she just didn't feel the same way about our relationship anymore. It had changed, and we did just kind of have it out, and I thought having it out would make it better, but it actually just ruined it.
Why didn't you say what you really think?
I know, it just ruined it. And so that was, my God, girlfriends, it's like a breakup. It's like worse than a breakup. So that was hard, but I'm glad I'm glad she told me how she felt, because then I'm like, okay, I didn't know you felt that way, so now I know that's fair. Yeah. And I said, can we move past? She's like, nah. I was like, okay, we're not moving past it.
Even the other day, like, you can't have an opinion, you can't this, you can't that. And I was like, okay, consider this me not having an opinion by. I don't want to. Yeah. Now that you've said what you really think, and I've said what I really think, I'm good.
And as you get older, you kind of, was it reason, season, lifetime? They say with friendships.
And that's the best poem ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Ohio Orion Mountain Dreamer or something.
I don't know. I only know that part.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's a whole poem around it.
Yeah. Google. Yeah, so it's like some people come into your life for a reason or a season, and then without warning they just leave and you've like learnt your lesson, and then some people are there for a lifetime.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I think it's been surprising. Like some people I've thought are going to be lifetime have turned out to be a season or a reason. And then some people I've thought they're just a reason and they've turned out lifetime. Well, so far, you know, but they've been there for like 20 years or something. You're like, okay, that was unexpected. Yeah. But it's good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing all of that. I've learned so much about it. I know I'm going to learn more.
Kept up with me. So we talk at the same speed.
I know. It's like,
maybe there's a little ADHD in there.
But I think so. I think there might be. I think there might be a little bit. I'm touched.
I noticed that then.
There you go.
Match my speed.
Thank you. All right. Well, thanks for very much. We'll have to have our little snacks here, and thanks for being on Awkwardly Yours. Don't forget to like, subscribe. What's all the other things?
Click the link below.
That's right. Click the link below and to the side and everywhere else. Yeah. And I always talk about Patreon, but we don't even know if we have that yet, but we're going to have it one day.
Cool.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.